G'day, welcome back to another episode of It's a Football Thing. As always, I'm your host, RJ, the Balanced Blue, joined by my fellow co-host, three very happy and on the winning side of the fence co-hosts, Scott Taguna, Rob the Red Devil. Rob, how are you, my man? We're just having a bit of a chat behind the scenes. You're buzzing.
Yeah, I don't know if it's buzzing, mate. Like, I thought it was going to be a happy one tonight, but we'll see how we go.
Oh, we won't get handy. We won't get very hands-on because we've got plenty of time to get onto that. But Scott, on flying high, top of the ladder, what's happening?
That's it, mate. Look, happy days, top of the ladder, winning games. Can't complain, man. Rattling co-hosts. All in a day's work for me, man. You might be the Balanced Blue, but
they've got one hand on that trophy of that August Cup, so nearly there.
Only one team can be the August champs. We'll take it. That's RJ, it. How are you, boss?
Oh, mate, 10 men Blues flying. Sterling performance. Maybe not the performance, but definitely a result. I'm very, very happy about that. It's good to be back in the winner's circle. But speaking of winner's circles, there was a fair few across the weekend, but we've got a very big winner's circle in the live chat. Over to you, Scott.
Absolutely. We got Tom here from the United Pubcast. Make sure you check him out. Congratulations to the boys. They broke their pub streak. They actually won a game of the pub. Good on you, boys. Good on you. We've got the concierge in the house. We might have to chat about our mate Pessy later on, huh?
Oh, here we go.
Justin's here. Everyone's happy. Mate, we weren't happy backstage. It was all kicking off, and it's going to kick off again. I'm sure it will. I only need to say 2 words to get Robbie going. We've got George here. What a joker was on FPL. Oh, you know what? Let's come back to this, George. Let's come back to this. We've got Daniel here. Daniel, our resident scorekeeper. Thank you. Chris, Lottie, Mr. Saucy. Nice to see you, mate. And Emad. Yeah, the boys all right. And, of course, here he is. You know he's here. Chelsea like being suspended. Oh, here we go. Mate, isn't it nice when United win a game or two, RJ? Look at him. Everyone's happy. The boys are buzzing. Let's start with United because before this kicked off, right, before we hit go live, all I said innocently to my co-host Robbie, we're both wearing black, all I said was, haven't seen a Glazers out hashtag in a little while. Amazing what a win can do. And also pointed out, guess who I am? Old mate McTominay, Juggly McJugglestein. And Rob went off. He just got aggressive, got violent, was a little bit rude. Robbie, go on, mate. Tell us your story. Tell us your truth, how happy you are.
I don't know, man. I'm not a fisherman like you. I'm beaming off the win, if that's what you're trying to ask me. Yeah. Like I said, we haven't had a back-to-back win since February. We haven't had an away win in 7 games consecutively. We haven't kept a clean sheet in God knows how long. So a lot of good records broken. But look, it wasn't a great performance, but I wouldn't call it a smash and grab either. I think defensively we were amazing. One of the best defensive performances I've seen from us. Look, if you look at possession, the game ended up being 52-48 in the upper thing, but I thought it really would have been more in there. They looked like they had more of the ball. But yeah, look, our goal was really nice lead up, really nice, Eric Ten Hag ball we'd like to see. Like when I actually watched it live, we didn't actually notice how good the goal was, how it kind of started from the back, quite a few passes, and then a really nice finish from Fernandez. But I didn't like how we weren't proactive after the goal. We kind of sat back and really absorbed a lot of pressure. Obviously, Southampton, they're going to play a lot of long balls, which, Little Martinez really came full head force with and collected everything. He was a really rock at the back. The whole back four, again, two games consecutive now, they really had a great game. Malacia, Varane, Martinez, like I said, Dallo was really good defensively and offensively this time. Obviously got the assist. So, yeah, boys, like I said, 3 points on the road at the pub, which was a really good night. Like I said, a lot of the boys in the chat were there. It was good to see Borcha here. I'd love to see his vlog once it's out. He would have got a whole lot of good footage there. But, yeah, 3 points on the road, back-to-back wins, and, yeah, I'm really happy with that.
RJ, we're going to play a game of charades. You tell me who I am. You try and guess. I'm in the box, juggling the ball, giving a bit of this, bit of that. Who am I, RJ?
Hudson-Odoi.
RJ?
Well, it's Tammy Abraham backstage, but now it's Hudson-Odoi. Glad we clarified that one.
Oh, Scott, who was it last year when we played Arsenal again, when they got the blatant handball in the box? I forgot who that one was.
Can't recall,
Can't
right?
remember that far.
Of course you can't, because there was no penalty, just like this one.
Hold on, mate.
Yeah, no, look,
You
it
just
was
talked about United
controversial,
for 12
though.
minutes. Give him a crack.
It
Give him a
was.
chance.
It didn't even go to VAR. That's the funny thing. Like there was
That
that's
is,
the worst.
honestly,
That
that's
didn't
my
go to
main
VAR.
gripe. That's my main gripe. If they went there and said, look, accidental, hands in a natural position, whatever, but some of these decisions where they're not even checking it, I just can't understand it. It's not just United, but that one there, surely they could check it to see, are they 100% sure that that's spot on? But yeah, look, you ride your luck. We did it with Hudson-Odoi, 100% agree. It could have been, couldn't have been, but that they didn't even check it, man. And that was, to me, the most annoying part of it. But you wrapped it up nicely. I think it could have been a draw, that game. I think you rode your luck a little bit like we did, and we'll get on to that in a minute. But you take your momentum when you can get it. And United, 2 wins in a row. Are we going to see a little bit more positivity? I'm not yet convinced, but at least you've got some runs on the board now.
Porcher pointing out that they checked it. Yeah,
Did they?
A very thorough check. Did they check the first, second, third handball, fifth handball? I'm not sure
The
which
third
one.
handball was
missed
actually a
it.
Southampton player. So yeah, like I said,
there you go. There you
they're
go.
playing volleyball by the sounds of it.
But you know what? Watching, because I actually caught this match. I caught large portions of this.
Yeah.
I actually do think defensively you look pretty steady. I can't believe it's taken this many managers to realise that having Harry Maguire in your backline weakens you. But Ten Hag's worked it out. You've now got Anthony coming in. I made the awful mistake of saying 100 million before the stream. Robbie again got a little bit upset. We're at 84 million pounds, 100 million euro. Tell you what, I've watched you guys all preseason whinge. We give players these big contracts. We pay these stupid fees. Glazers out. They keep paying money. And now you're all buzzing over this signing. 84 million for someone from the Dutch league. Come on, man. This is a waste of money.
You won't hear me argue. 100% we've paid at least double what he's worth. And like I said, a lot of people are buzzing that we've got a player, which we should have had in July. But like I said, it's just, again, it's a roundabout with our transfers. Like, this is probably going to be worse off. Like, we're going and, it wasn't just him, that we paid overs for with Ajax just at the one club. We're supposed to pay under 50 million for Martinez, and they got 60 million out of us. So between the two, I think they made, nearly 170 million for 2 players at Ajax, which is just crazy. Obviously smashed their record on Anthony. Look, it's not my money at the end of the day. I wanted a player. Eric Ten Hag obviously wanted the player. They got the player. But again, it's stupid from them. They could have got him for half the price 2 months ago, but because they were nagging over a few million, and then they come up, there's a few days left. We haven't got him as main man. Obviously, we debacle the whole Frankie de Jong. We want to go get him. What do? Pay double the money. And then, I'm hoping he's not going to be on ridiculous wages. I really don't think he will
100%
be.
he will.
No, I don't think he will be, to be honest.
84 million pound transfer fee. What's he going to play for? A Happy Meal and a
84 million transfer.
Come on.
No, he'll come. No, he won't be on big wages. I guarantee you that now. Compared to what he was at Ajax, he'll be on something nice. The transfer fee was to get him over the line because Ajax didn't have to sell, so they're just gonna squeak every bit of dollar out of us. So good luck to them. They got a good deal. We've got and Ten Hag got his player. So look, unfortunately for him, he's gonna have a lot of pressure because the price tag is always gonna hang over his head now.
We saw that with this signing, and this was a dreadful signing as well. I'm not saying this was a good deal. I've called it out many times. I actually think it was a corrupt deal, to be honest, and we'll find that out in the future. But it's big money. Ajax have got money off you well. They've taken you to the cleaners. You better hope these guys step up because the
wages, the wages will be interesting, Scott.
Huge money for Sancho, and it hasn't translated.
Yeah, but again, bro, he's on a long contract. He's young. Jeez, man. Look at Lukaku right now. He's playing on loan in Inter. Things happen for a reason.
But you do see that, don't you? When you get paid, when the club transfers a large amount to get someone in, generally that is followed by a large amount of wages. It's not the player's fault. Yeah, obviously, they don't judge the market.
Yeah, but the player as well, he was the one also forcing the move to come. So I don't think he's going to be like demanding this much money. He's probably you would know what he's on in Ajax. He wouldn't be on massive money at Ajax. So
of course,
any kind of money a double, on top of his salary there, plus he's getting his big move. I don't really think he's going to be on big wages. Any of the boys that have come in already, besides Casemiro, he's the only one that's come on big wages at the moment.
Yeah, it's all relative. Like, he won't be on the Casemiro wage, but he will definitely be on a bigger upgrade than he was at Ajax. So it's a gamble.
100%. We'll see. Look, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I guess for me, my issue is that whole hype about the Glazers. There might be a couple of hashtags here and there, but it has died down. You can't sit there with a smirk on your face, Robbie, and tell me the intensity is still there. The intensity.
No, it's not. I guarantee you're right. It's not as what it was against Liverpool, but there's another protest that's going to be for the Arsenal game. So there are still people that are going to protest. There's people protesting every time we play still. They're chanting Glazers out every time. Yeah. Just because, obviously, you're an Arsenal fan, you're not in the loop with it.
Okay, well, I can't wait to see the footage of the 6.5 people who protest before the Arsenal game. Let's move on, though. RJ,
let's move
Chelsea.
on.
Talk about your team, mate. We've talked enough.
Relief, mate. Bloody relief. I'll be honest with you. We started very well. It was like actually against Leeds. We started well, didn't capitalise. We had that, obviously, the Kai Havertz situation where Tielemans gives away a penalty, but they went back to that offside. And geez, it's getting a little bit funny now. These very marginal calls at best. When we had direct comparisons to Kane, to Rashford, and these ones, mate, unless I had a micromillimeter scope to tell the difference, it's becoming a little bit not so neutral. But put that aside, Conor Gallagher, 2 rash challenges. And I've got big raps on that young guy. Obviously, we've seen what he done at Huddersfield, West Brom, and at Palace. Guy's going to he's been too eager at the moment. He's been played in that double pivot. We spoke about this last time, but he's really got to get his head in the game because he's going to throw up a golden opportunity to crack this team. There is talk about him possibly being sold as part of any prospective deals that we're trying to make in these last few days. But my personal opinion is I hope we stick by him enough because we haven't had long enough to properly judge him. But we've got to use him properly. It's like, you know what I mean? You put a striker in a defender and they don't perform. Who's really at fault here? So it's a little bit of a two-way system. Performance-wise, 10 men, the ebb and flow of the game didn't change too much. We were still creating the most chances. We scored 2 nice goals with Supreme Raheem. Good to get off the mark in Chelsea blue. Reece James, what a cross for the second goal. And the Thiago Silva, he's like a fine wine. Some of that defending he did. Harvey Barnes scored a really nice finish at the near post. Mendy should be doing better there. And we were talking about this behind this backstage where Harvey Barnes, he had his goal disallowed. Again, I was of the view, soft. It was soft, but he still grabbed him. But Mendy, 100% should be doing better then, and he got bailed out. No doubt about it. But Chelsea-wise, look, we were on the ropes for that last 10, 15 minutes, and I'm just glad that we were able to show a little bit of character and resolve to grind out a win because, hey, 10 minutes for over an hour, it's a very, very impressive result to get the win. But the Foxes, geez, Brendan Rodgers, Scott Parker got the axe, but he must be right up his alley. So, yeah, mate, relief, just relief.
Yeah, and look, you got obviously Chelsea are going to look to make some signings. We'll talk about them in a minute. But I want to ask you on Conor Gallagher, and I'm sure Robbie might have a few things he wants to discuss from that game, but why the hell is he still being played in this position? If you can see it's not working, your fan base can see it's not working, why is Thomas Tuchel persisting? Is it that there's no one else who can play there? Is it stubbornness from Thomas Tuchel? What do you think it is? Because I think Blind Freddie can see that, mate, he's not made for that position. It doesn't come naturally to him. Why is it happening?
Yeah. Well, it's one of those situations where I think Tuchel is preferring the setup the way he prefers it with that back 3, back 5 and the double pivot there. And the reality is, of course, Kovacic still not fully fit. Kante, again, he's off injured. From his point of view is, do I change the whole setup to accommodate one player or do I try to squeeze him in here? And to be fairly balanced as much as I can, besides those two rash challenges, he did do some good things at the start of that game. So, look, those two moments obviously will stand out, particularly that second challenge. Silly because it was a counter-attack from Kukureya's giveaway. But if he had a second to look, Chalobah was there. Kukureya was coming back. There was about 3 or 4 people that could have reasonably intercepted the ball before Harvey Barnes, who is quick, to get his chance. So, look, classic brain snap. I'm not going to overboil this one.
Yeah. Robbie, Chelsea have been linked with a couple of players here. Take this comment with a tiny pinch of salt. But let's talk about Wesley Fofana, 75 mil, and Anthony Gordon, 64 million. Robbie, what do you think of those two boys? We obviously put a bit of stick on you about Anthony. What do you think of those two potential signings? Because neither of those is fully locked in yet, is it?
Well, it's the same as us. They've got the here we go on Fofana.
Yeah, for Fofana, yeah.
From what I've heard, it looks like the other one's actually starting to soften off a little bit from what I've seen or heard.
It's fizzled out, yeah.
So, look, Fofana, look, I can be honest, mate. 22 years old, very high ceiling, Premier League proven, young player. Chelsea wanted him as a centre-back. Leicester's doing the same thing. Here's the money. If you want him, get him. Look, man, that's how much you pay for players these days, especially when they're 22 years old and proven. So, look, I don't know with the conversion rate, 75 million. What's that in euros? Maybe 85 million or something. So, round it up a little bit. So, it looks like...
Has it got the Premier League tax? The Premier League
100%. Look, Lucky's not English as well, mate. It'll be 95 for sure. No, look, I think it's a good buy. And like I said, I think they bought 2 centre-backs. I rate Koulibaly, so I think... Like I said, they definitely got a lot of depth in now. Well, if it's not depth, it's maybe for the future because obviously Thiago Silva's not going to hang around forever. And then look, I think it's also to help out their wing back situation. So Reece James can be played in his position, and obviously Cucurella's come in too, and he can play in his position. Plus they've got Chilwell in the wings waiting.
Easy, boys. Well, look, both your teams banked 3 comfortable points. My club, not so comfortable. I have to say this was our worst performance of the season. No surprise, no Thomas Partey, no Zinchenko, and we did not look as assured as we had been. That depth issue in the middle of the park is huge for us, and we need to act. Thomas Partey is supposedly due back very soon. It's not meant to be anything serious, but time and time again we've seen we can't rely on this guy for the season. It's just not, his body's not made for it. Either that or our medical staff are hopeless. So we need to make a signing there because without him, and now El Neni's gone down injured, the middle is very scarce. And this has been a criticism for a while. So I would hope that we fix that very, very soon because we've got some big matches coming up. Obviously, Fulham were very lucky. Gabriel gifted Mitrovic an own goal. They didn't really do much more to threaten us. And it was good to see Gabriel score the winner. Ugly goal, not much in it, but you'll take it. You'll absolutely
winning ugly is good, mate. Winning ugly is winning. I don't know. These people can't say don't celebrate this, don't celebrate that. A win's a win, mate. It wasn't going to stop me from celebrating against Southampton the other night.
100%. And we've said that on this. I've said it multiple times as well. You celebrate the wins while you've got them. Celebrate the top while you're there because you're not going to be there long. But that whole blow up afterwards that the Arsenal players over celebrated and Arteta over celebrated, mate, I couldn't give 2 stuffs if they celebrate. Go celebrate. You've bought 3 points home, mission accomplished. Doesn't matter how you do it. That you've achieved your goal, celebrate, enjoy it. Because God, in a couple of weeks, who knows where you'll be on the table? Hopefully still top. RJ, do you have any issues with the celebrations? Do you think it's just Fulham? Why are they celebrating?
Look. It's more relief, I think. They celebrated because of the context. And I listened to it again carefully. They're saying, look, be happy you won, but you overdid it. Yeah, I'm sure if the players look back afterwards, they'll probably say, yeah, it's a bit much. But at the same time, in the moment, that was 100%. A big 3 points, mate. Like, yeah, of course, no 2 wins are equal. They're equal in terms of the result. But a win against Fulham is not the same as a win against Bayern Munich at a Champions League. Let's be direct about that. Yeah. But at the same time, given the situation, they were losing, trying to maintain a perfect record. It's relief, mate. And like you said, it's emotion. We love the game. There's no need to overanalyze it.
It was probably that touch more percentage as well. Like obviously he fixed up his own mistake. He gave the first goal away, and then he got the winning goal. So I'm sure he would have been, like I said, relieved more than anything.
It's relief, man. That's what I saw. I didn't see them celebrating, wow, it's 3 points against Fulham. I saw them celebrating the fact that one of our very popular and influential players has just redeemed himself. B, we're at home. And C, we brought home 3 points. So I think it was a bit of everything.
And that could be the 3 points that get you to the Champions League. So every point
at the end of the
matters,
season, them points could be huge. Every point in this league, you have to fight for, you have to work for, and you have to celebrate, because this is the greatest league in the world. It's the tightest league in the world. The quality is insane. But boys, we've talked about our teams for a long time. We're already 20 minutes in and we've got a lot to do. So I want to fly through a couple of other points. Obviously, we talk about this being the closest, tightest, most competitive league. And then Liverpool, back from the dead, 9-0. When I woke up and saw Liverpool 9-0, I knew that I'd captain Mo Salah.
6 goals from home.
That's it. Together, man. I had a sprinkle in my step. Like I was ready. I logged in and saw 6 points. I can't say what I said. I don't think I'm the only one who copped that this game week. What the heck's going on? He is in a massive, massive funk. But Liverpool really put out a performance of the ages. Bournemouth, yes, not the world's greatest opposition. Scotty Parker sacked, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. How you can sack him when you look at his fixtures. I mean, what were Bournemouth realistically expecting from these matches? Couldn't be much more than they got. I mean, 9-0 is humiliating, yep.
Yeah.
But we've seen Hassan Hudl in previous seasons lose 9-0, then go on a really good run. Like,
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Robbie, where do you stand on this sacking? You did predict it on the Football Capital when we did our preview. Just give us a real quick reaction.
Yeah, look, I predicted it. Definitely not this early in the season, and I'm with you. I think it's crazy. Like, maybe an international break. By the international break, another 3, 4, 5 weeks, if they're still in the same position, getting pumped, conceding 4 or 5 goals every week, fair enough, make a change. I think, no matter who they change, I think, to be honest, in my opinion, they're going to go down anyway. But, I think this is more than reactionary. It's crazy. Like I said, they beat Villa on the opening day, which I thought was a massive result. And then obviously, when 3 of the top 4 teams, City, Liverpool, and Arsenal, exactly. You should just kind of say, okay, 3 losses there and then move on, kind of thing, like a lot of other people were. So, I think it's crazy as well.
The season starts after this run, which is ridiculous. Like,
good on for him. He's probably got a mad payout. That's it. They're going to go get another manager. And in my opinion, again, they're going to go down no matter what.
RJ?
It's more about I don't think it's the scores themselves. I think it's more about the commentaries and them sort of saying he's coming out. They haven't got a good enough squad to compete. And whether or not that's honest or not, as a club, as someone that's trying to run a business, how can you have someone leading the helm that doesn't believe that you've got a chance of competing? So look, I suppose they just had to make a call to sort of pull the Band-Aid off now relatively early. I still think it was a rash decision. But at the same time, if he's giving them bad vibes and saying, look, I can't work with this and you guys aren't spending money, what's the point in a stalemate if you're just going to see more of that rubbish each week? So, yeah, it's interesting because I kind of rated Scott Parker, to be honest. So I don't think you'll see the end of him in the Premier League.
No, I think he'll be back. Look, we obviously just to touch on a couple of other results. And boys, if you want to add anything on these, just jump in. We saw Spurs with a 2-0 win over Forest. Harry Kane with the double. Forest did okay. Nothing too crazy in that match. I don't think anyone was shocked. For Harry Kane, it'd be nice for him to bag that double. We saw City come back from 2-0 down. Palace 2-0 up against City, and then Haaland just went full beast mode. Crazy results. Also around the league, Aston Villa, another loss, 1-0 to West Ham. Stevie G next on the chopping board, boys.
Yeah, quickfire. I was going to say, next manager sacked, Stevie G.
Yeah.
Roger's still for me.
Yeah, I think Stevie G. I think CVG and Ange Postecoglou in. But why would he leave Celtic at this point, hey? Let's move on. Let's move on, lads. Let's move on. We get to do some predictions tonight. It's Tuesday. We're making predictions. The boys aren't fighting anymore. We're all getting along. Kumbaya, holding hands.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I was going to say, Scott, while you're bringing that
mate,
up, quickly, your goal of the round or moment of the round.
Every week, I say my own team, but the relief when Gabriel scored that goal was huge. Like, that game was an emotional roller coaster, man. That goal.
Very good. And and yourself, Rob?
Yeah, look, I think everyone's going to say the obvious one, but in my opinion, it wasn't. A big shout out for the maximum one. I don't know if it's that's the one you're going to say.
What a volley.
Great goal, but I don't know. People saying could be contender for goal of the season. I'm like, well, I don't know. It was a nice volley, but if I'm being honest, I know I got a deflection. I actually liked Raheem Sterling's one over there. I'm a sucker for a good, kind of finesse at the edge of the box. But yeah, I'm going to be biased this week. I really liked if you go back and look at our build-up, it was a really nice goal and a nice finish. I'm going to say, for me personally, bias this week, Fernandez.
Very good, very good. Obviously, collectively for me, for the relief, dead men. But the goal actually in that game against Wolves' goal, Neves, what a shot from outside the box.
That was very nice.
That was a bullet of a hit. I felt bad because he got upstaged a little bit, but what a cracking goal that was.
Yeah, very nice.
I'm going to say for my moment, because that was my goal, my moment was Richarlison just getting chopped, and he deserved that. He caught the double hit. Standing there dribbling like you're prime Ronaldinho when you're hopeless, mate. You're Hurricane's boot cleaner. Then he got not only the chop, but then the player fell onto his head as well with the arm. Couldn't have happened to a nicer bloke. I hate Richarlison. I do. You shouldn't hate, but, mate, I hate Richarlison. Dead set. Did you boys have a moment you wanted to share, or you want to do some predictions?
No, look, quickly, my moment was just being at the pub and breaking the curse with all the crew, mate. That was my moment of the round. Even though it wasn't in the Premier League, it still happened. It was a personal one.
Yeah, that's it. There you go.
Beautiful.
RJ?
No, I said it was just the final whistle after we won. There's tense moments, mate.
And check these tips out, boys. Robbie 25 got a bit confident, I think. Robbie, you made some crazy
last week.
tips.
Yeah, you guys caught it. I was throwing them away, but all in fun.
It's tight. Let's start. Let's get into these predictions. I'm not going to display them tonight. Let's just go through them one by one. Tomorrow morning, Crystal Palace hosting Brentford. Palace were 2-0 up at the Etihad and then messed it up. I don't think they'll make the same mistake again. I'm going to go with Palace to beat Brentford 2-1.
Yeah, I'm torn here. Won't wait too much long, but I think it'll be a draw. I'm going to go 2-2 on this one.
Well, you read my mind. I agree. 2-2. I can't pick it, and I think there's going to be goals from both of them.
Okay. Well, look, hey, hopefully we do see some goals in this one. I would love that. Next one, Fulham hosting Brighton. This is going to be close. I think I can't split these teams. I'm actually going to say it'll be a ball draw. I'm going 0-0.
Oh, jeez.
No, not for me. You go first, Rob, if you want. It's up to you.
Look, I've got a lot of respect for Brighton this year. They're just really looking good. I know it's early days, but they've really been performing. Defensively, they've been really good. They've been scoring goals, they've been creating. Look, Craven Cottage is always hard to go to, but I'm going to go edge 2-1 to Brighton this one.
RJ?
Yeah, I've been super impressed with Brighton as well. Another good win again. So, yeah, I'm locking in the Seagulls to earn themselves a good win, 2-1.
Okay. Well, let's move along to the next match. I'm sure you might want to say a couple of words on this because the Saints are hosting Chelsea. RJ, please kick us off.
Well, I'll tell you what, Saints, again, consider themselves tad unlucky not to get something from that game. We quite lucky in our result, but some really good spirit shown there. I think for us, Koulibaly is back now, served his suspension, important inclusion. Trev was really good despite his slip over against Vardy, but I think that was something to work with. Raheem opening his account was important, but to me, it really depends on who we pick up front. My boy Mason Mount's had a really slow start to the season, and Kai Havertz, despite his endeavour, hasn't really delivered any end product. So there is talk about Armando Broja, who obviously has a lot of history with the Saints and knows them. Do we pick him or do we go with Kai, give him a chance? And also Christian Pulisic. There's talk about bringing those two guys in. But I'm hoping we see some Kovacic, and I'm hoping we see those fresh faces to inject some rotation into our squad because of the fatigue. And as a result, I reckon we will have enough to get the job done. Won't be a simple one because we're still building confidence. But I feel like we're going to walk away with this one, and I'll go 2-1 to the Blues.
Okay, Robbie, what about you?
Yeah, 2-0 Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you, Robbie. I'm 2-0 Chelsea on this one. Leeds hosting Everton. I'll be really quick on this one. I think Leeds will have too much for Everton. I'm going to go Leeds 2-1. RJ?
I will be a bit naive and lock in a 1-1 draw here.
Yeah, 2-1 Leeds as well.
Okay. Then on Thursday morning, bright and early, 4:30 a.m. What a beautiful time for football. Bournemouth hosting Wolves. We don't know who'll be in charge of them. I'm guessing it'll be a caretaker. They'd be low after that 9-0. I can only see Wolves winning this. I'm going to go Wolves 2-0. Robbie?
Yeah, I'll go 3-1 Wolves.
Yeah, I do see a Wolves victory. I'll say 2-1 to Wolves.
All right, it's my boys. The Arsenal hosting Aston Villa.
Invincibles.
Yeah, look at the moment, but Aston Villa, whilst they're not in great form, we know they're not an awful team. We know that they've got players on there who can be game changers. And I think they're going to give us a real hard go. It is at the Emirates, which gives me some confidence. The fans will get right behind us. El Neni out. If Thomas Partey's out as well, we're really going to find it hard. I actually don't know who would play in the middle. I dare say we'd have to drop Odegaard deeper and play Emile Smith-Rowe, which I don't mind. It's just going to be tough. I don't see it being a high score. I'm actually going to go with 2-1 to Arsenal, but I think it'll be cagey. What about you, RJ?
Nah, man, it doesn't please me to say this one bit, but I think you guys will really pile on them. I'm not going to say it's going to be a Liverpool-esque type result, but I can see a good 3-0 here, 3-0, 4-1, but I'll just, for completeness, I'll lock in a 3-0 to the Gunners and Gerrard under a bit more pressure.
I'm cool with it, man.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
I bet you are.
What's the go with Zinchenko quickly?
Minor injury, shouldn't be out for too long. The way he was celebrating, mate, this bloke can't be injured. He was jumping, running, so he might be back. We'll see.
Yeah, look, I agree with RJ. Again, I think you guys will do him. I'm going to go for 2-0 or brace for Jesus. I might even captain him this week.
Big call. Next one, I'm going to do this one really quick. City hosting Forest. I'm going to go with City 4-0. Rob?
3-0 City.
I'll be a bit more bold, as they say. 5-0 to City.
Oh, wow.
There you go. Next one, a London derby. West Ham hosting Spurs. RJ, you kick us off, man. Kick us off. I need more time.
Oh, asked me a few days ago. It's pretty straightforward. Now, not so much. But Spurs, pains me to say, they are doing some good things. I do expect them to win this game, unfortunately. Alex is a bit ambitious here, I think, with the score. I think it'll be 2-1 to Spurs.
Okay. What about you, Rob?
Yeah, 1-0 Spurs for me.
I'm going to go for banana skin here. Just something about a London derby. You can never go into it too confident. I'm going to go 1-1. I'm going to go 1-1 here, and I pray to the Lord.
You're chasing Rob, Scott. You're chasing him, mate. You can't just throw away these tips.
But you know what? These are the bold kind of tips, pardon the pun, that can sometimes help leapfrog you a little bit. So, 1-1. Let's lock that in. The final one we're going to predict, Liverpool hosting Newcastle. Liverpool have kind of risen from their slumber. Newcastle have been trucking along not too bad either. Robbie, what happens here?
Yeah, look, I'd like Newcastle to be respectable in this game because I do think they've been quite good this year. Look, a big
Yep.
test for them, Liverpool, especially at Anfield. I can't say anything. I still think Liverpool will beat them. So I'm going to go 3-1 to Liverpool.
Took the words right out of my mouth. I'm with you, Rob. 3-1.
Yeah, let's lock me in for Reds as well. I think Newcastle been okay, but Liverpool, that's a massive boost of confidence for them.
Yeah, I still don't
What's
trust
your
their defense,
score?
but
What's your score?
3-1 as
Wow.
well. We got a hat trick.
Hat trick for the boys. Love it, love it. Okay, I want to ask you boys, FPL wise, there is not a safe captain anymore. In previous seasons, Mo Salah you just drop the armband on him, leave him there for the whole season, leave it there for the season. Not quite shaping up that way, which has thrown a little bit of a spanner in the works. Is there a safe standout captain for you for this season? And who are you captaining this week, boys?
Well, quickly, I'll kick it off. This is actually going to be the first round. I reckon it's going to start being rotations, and we're going to see those bigger squads starting to rotate. Pep's come out already and said that Haaland won't play every week, and that's why he's obviously got the other Alvarez, I think it is, or whatever his name is, the other striker there. Champions League and Europa League are starting in the next 2 weeks. Cup games are going to kick in. These starting 11s or stronger 11s are not going to play 60 games. That's why you got a squad and there's going to be rotation. For me, I do think Mo Salah will probably be the most consistent for captain because I do think he'll start the majority of the time. I think City have a lot of depth. So I think for me as well, Jesus is another one. I do think that he's going to get a lot of starts. And I think he's a fair shout as well. If not, goalkeeper, I like to look at defenders and goalkeepers, mate, because a lot of the time, there's not a lot of rotation there. And then, if they can get a clean sheet and an assist and you put a captain's armband on them or a goalkeeper, I think they're a fair shout as well.
RJ, who's your captain this week, mate? You're doing better than both of us here, so I'm listening intently.
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed, obviously. I was a Salah person, and then funnily enough, I did have Haaland as captain and changed it like a lot of others did, unfortunately. I'm looking at my team at the moment. So firstly, I've got a couple of transfers banked up that I will need to process. But Jesus is a good shout, I would say. But also, I wouldn't mind throwing in Reece James too, obviously,
I like
because of his attacking endeavours and his ability to get I think there are some clean sheets on offer, even though I didn't pick one before. But I think he's a sneaky shout for a good captain. But yeah, I don't know. It's like I said, I've got to make a couple of subs here because I'm not, even though I'm flying high in the IFT crew, I don't want to rest on my laurels.
There's shout. Look, for me, I don't think there is that safe captain anymore. I'm still gripping to past histories. I've captained Mo Salah this week. I'm concerned that Haaland doesn't start or play significant minutes. Jesus, I love him. But I don't know, I've just got a gut feeling about Salah this week. So he's my captain. He might burn me twice in a row. If he burns me again, he's gone and Son is coming in.
Son, he's shocking at the moment. I mean, he hasn't got any points.
He'll kick in, man. Son always kicks in.
No, mate.
But
lose his position to Mr. Richarlison soon.
No, don't talk about that bloke to me. But it's been tricky. It has been tricky because there's always been that guy. Like it used to be Thierry Henry or Frank Lampard. Then you had all those years where it would be Ronaldo. You always kind of had a clear captain, and Salah's been that guy, but just not anymore. I feel like it's starting to shift. I do wonder if his head is still in Liverpool, if he's maybe regretting not doing what his mate Mane did. We'll have to see. I am reeling from this, losing to Anthony from the Football Tragics. That killed me, man. It was so close. But you know what? Let's not go down that track. Boys, were there any transfer rumours you wanted to talk about before we start moving to our quick fires? For Arsenal, rumours around that centre mid, Tielemans. I'm not talking about him again. I'm over it. I've already done that. There is a Ukrainian player from Shakhtar. I can't say it right. It's Mikhailo Madryk, I think. I've probably butchered it. But there's been rumours that 30 million gets him from Shakhtar. I know nothing about him, but at this point, I'd take Robbie in centre mid. We just need someone else who'd play there. So beggars can't be choosers. Whoever comes will be a depth player. Bring on anyone. I don't care if they're from Shakhtar or MacArthur Bulls, man. Much love for them. So we'll see. Just bring me a centre mid. That's what I want. Robbie, anything on the United front? Obviously, we spoke about a big one.
Yeah, look, obviously him and Dubravka was another one that got the here we go overnight.
Yep.
So look, I think that was fine for a backup goalkeeper. I think he's in front of Heaton, which is I don't know if he's going to push De Gea, but I was happy enough to get him as a backup. Yep. I hope it's just a loan only, in my opinion. Look, for me personally, I'd love to go for a smoke in on deadline day. I'd love to get Depay. If I was, in my opinion, I'd love 10 million. They're saying roughly like that, or it could be. Barcelona could just, mutual consent, cancel his contract. I'll take him back any day. I think he's a versatile player. He's 28. I think he's matured a lot since he left us last time. There's still, Fabrizio again said, watch to the last minute of the window with the Ronaldo situation. For me, today, I think he's on the outer. Again, I don't know where. I just have a feeling he's going to leave, but I still don't know who's going to take him. And obviously, there's been all the bullshit rumors about, Victor Osimhen coming in for 100 million and he's going on loan and this and that. But besides that, we've had a lot of the youngies going out on loan, Birmingham City and stuff like that. So besides that, there's not a lot of big links. I think we've done our business.
RJ, give us a quick wrap of where Chelsea's at, mate.
We're just getting warmed up, boys. This last couple of days, there's lots happening in the Chelsea community. So obviously, big Wes Fofana, apparently the medical is complete and we're waiting to get the announcement either before kickoff or just afterwards because it's in the US, apparently the medical to take place. Billy Gilmore apparently about to be sold permanently to Brighton. It's obviously a shame we couldn't loan him out because obviously they've got Levi Colwill, again, that young prospect to come back to us. Nizar Kinsella is saying that Palace also trying to make a last-minute rush back for Gallagher, so that's one to keep an eye on. And obviously, Aubameyang, that's the one that's the most prevalent. Him and Zaha, because attacker apparently is the last-minute one we're trying to really shore up before the window closes. But from an offloading point of view, Ziyech apparently very close to going. And of course, we released Ross Barkley this morning. But there's also Callum Hudson-Odoi being loaned out as well. So a lot of movement in these last couple of days. So it's going to be quite frantic for my club, and I'm all for it.
Interesting. Just a couple of little questions rolling in. We had this one. Do you think Haaland will play? Boys, that's kind of quick fire. Do you think Haaland will play this week? I think he will start, but be hooked the minute they're comfortable.
I agree with you.
No, I think he will be rested, to be honest, and he might come on as an insurance if they need him.
Okay, fair shout. Alex saying not to go, sign their 18th signing. They've been busy, man. I wouldn't be shocked if they take more. FPR Abadaki saying it's disgusting that Gilmore's been sold. Look, this could be another young one that you regret or sign back for 5 times the money in a few years.
It's a tough one, mate, because you want to back the manager, and if he has no real use for him because of his reservations of his physical stature, then do you keep him around just for his prospective value, or do you back the manager and bring someone that he wants? It's this whole power struggle of getting the right director of football, which, as you all know, we don't have one at the moment. So this is one of those weird situations. I agree. I'd want to keep him and load him out again, but, mate, we're not in the inner circle.
Boys, before we move to Quickfires, I can't believe this has slipped so long and we haven't mentioned it. This Paul Pogba situation, absolutely mental. I don't know if you boys know the full details, but if anyone in the live chat hasn't heard, he's in the middle of an extortion attempt where his own brother, Matthias Pogba, and it's his brother and one of his really good mates, are threatening to release footage of him asking a witch doctor to put a bit of a curse on Mbappe unless he pays them a handsome sum of over 10 million.
Yeah, I think that.
It's mental. Like, in all seriousness, this is one of the craziest footballing stories I've ever heard. I actually feel really bad for him. you're meant to have in all aspects of life, right? You've got an inner circle. You've got a brother, Robbie. You've got brothers, RJ. I don't, but I would always assume that your brother has your back, man. Like, that's your brother. They will do anything for you. They look out for you. But to have your brother doing this with one of your childhood friends, it must be lonely at the top. Like, it must be hard for these guys once they get to that level to trust anyone. It's a crazy story. Robbie, what do you think about it, man?
Yeah, look, I think it's crazy, man. I think it's look, the police are getting involved. Obviously, now they're starting to look at suspects and stuff like that. But yeah, look, like what you said, mate. Family. It's what do they say? Keep your enemies close or your friends close or whatever it is. Well, fuck, it's his family, mate. Sorry.
Yeah. What about you, Arch?
Yeah, who knows, man? It's a weird situation, but this, you know what, we only hear some of the very on the surface kind of stuff with these kinds of random things. There must be so much weird stuff that goes on that we never hear about. But look, you just hope it comes to a speedy resolution and the guy can just concentrate on playing football. It's just a random scenario, man.
Crazy. All right, boys, what's not random are the quick fire questions that we do at the end of the show. Here's one from Emad, because I haven't got one, so I'm going to use the ones in the chat. If the club you hate most asked you to play for them, would you? Before you give your answer, boys, I just want you to clarify who the club you hate most is. Robbie, you go first, mate. We know yours.
Easy, Liverpool. Yeah.
Would you play for him?
No, hand on heart, I honestly would not play for him.
Bullshit.
No, I wouldn't.
Right now, they ring you up, Jurgen Klopp, mate, come, I'll give you a professional contract.
No, mate, I'd want to go there for money. I wouldn't want to play for him, and I'd be honest about it. So, yeah, I wouldn't get a contract because I'd be too honest. Mate, I'm thinking about getting my devil tattooed on my leg, so I'm pretty sure they'd get the point pretty quick.
Okay. RJ? Who's the
tough
club
one, man? Growing up, it was Liverpool because of the rivalries. But I think, look, it's gotten worse. Obviously, Arsenal is not right up there. Them and Spurs, they pick your poison. They both, look, put on the record, if any of those three teams asked me to play for them, it would be absolutely no. I don't care. I love playing football. I want it to be my dream job. No way ever would I play for any of those three clubs.
Exactly what I was just about to say. He took the words out. If we were footballers, I'm sure I'd rather play for, I'm sure there'd be contracts around if Liverpool's interested in him.
Can you not change the quick fire though, boys? You've got one contract on the table. That's your contract.
We said no. You're the one that was trying to beat around the bush. We answered
no, man, 100%. The club I hate most is Manchester United. Actually, no, sorry. It's Spurs, then United a close second. At the moment, I hate United more because of your fan base. But if either of those clubs called me right now and said, mate, come and play for us. Come, we're going to stick you up front, target man.
You score own goals, but Scott, tell us the truth, mate.
You know what? I would take that contract with both hands. I would enjoy working for a couple more years because I'm not in the best shape. And, mate, after that, I would retire very happily whilst you two plebs have to go to work.
That's not a football thing. Not a football thing, mate, at all.
Lying. You're absolutely lying.
No.
Honestly, this is also Scott who goes for France when he's, Maltese and, he's clinching onto his Parisian grandma, whatever it is.
Oh, here we go. We've got the same bloke who'll boo Australia when Italy knocks him out, but then he's Aussie in the next World Cup. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Wait. Let's see if you're green and gold zinc next World Cup, Robbie. Wasn't there in 06, was it? Huh?
Never been there. Never will be.
Yeah. We'll see. World Cup.
Hey, come on now.
It's getting a bit ugly out here tonight. We've got another one. Rob, quickly, RJ and I don't care about your window and how Ajax have humiliated you. What's your rating? 6? Beautiful. RJ, let's not bother with that one, mate. Do you have a quick fire? You're an organised guy.
You know what? I actually like these quick fires, and the goal of the round was my quick fire. And we also said the first manager sack, so I'm all out of my quick fires. And good question here.
Great question.
I was actually just looking up how many World Cups have Macedonia won. I'm trying to look for it. Can't see it.
How many have they been? Have they actually been in a World Cup? I forgot.
It doesn't matter, mate. You won't be there either, so you're in the same.
Wait, with those Puma kits, it's a bullet dodged, mate. Trust me.
Question for me from Swifty. How do you feel about Arsenal's project? I'll tell you at the end of the season, mate. Look, at the moment, it's hard to argue against it. I've found it very difficult in the past, but it's looking like it's on the right track. Time will tell, though. I've said it all along. I'll put my hands up, say it everywhere. If we are not in the Champions League next season, it's a failure. Blow it up. Start again, mate. Do something else. RJ, you got a quick fire, mate?
Nah, man, I'm all quick fired out.
I got one. This one's a quick movie one on Angelina Jolie. Which was her best starring role? Evelyn Salt, Mrs. Smith, or Lara Croft?
Mrs. Smith.
I'm a gaming nerd. I've got to go Lara Croft, mate. Love Tomb Raider.
I'm a big Jolie fan, but I'll go Evelyn Salt to be different. I think she was good in that too.
Evelyn Salt, mate. That reminds me of Butcher every time I hear saltiest bloke I know, but we love him anyway. Any yeah-nahs? No, you know what, Emad? For you, I'm going to bring a bucket full of yeah-nahs on Thursday. And this last one, who's the worst pundit, Graham Souness or Gabriel? I'm going Souness.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like slapping the computer just when I see his face.
No, you guys don't know a real man's game when you see it, mate. What's wrong with Souness? He's tops. No, he's
yeah, well, you'll get us
woeful,
cancelled, mate.
There are some woeful commentators and pundits out there, and those two are right up there.
Yep.
All right. It's been fun. RJ, looking forward to getting down to the MacArthur match tomorrow evening with you. FFA Cup quarterfinals against Wellington. We will be there. If anyone's in the house, if anyone's going down tomorrow night, please let us know. Hit us up on the socials. We can catch up and have a nice bevy together. Should be good times. Robbie, anything happening with you, mate?
No, mate. Like I said, we'll see you Thursday night. I'm sure we've got a couple of big ones to preview then.
We sure do. RJ, anything you want to add?
Hot off the press, Ross Barkley, free agent to MacArthur Bulls. Here we go. Should be good. Looking forward to it.
Matt, if you're down there, man, holler at RJ and I. Love to catch up. You know you're my favourite United fan in the world. All right, on that note, good evening, everyone. Enjoy your football. We've got some over the next 2 days. We'll see you back here Thursday, 8:30. Smash the like, smash the subs, drop a comment with some of your predictions, and we will see you then.